guys are gonna think I'm losing my mind with this. All right, guys, what is going on? I just wanted to hop in here and do a video on all of my purchases for my brand new RV that me and my fiance are going to be staying in while we are building our house for the next 9 to 12 months. So they're telling us 9 months, but with supply shortages and the holidays, I mean, who really knows? So we are purchasing all of the necessary accessories that we think we're going to need right now. Now, we bought our RV from Lazy Days, and they do give you a laundry list of accessories. There's a ton on there. I went through the list, and some of the stuff is clearly optional, but some of the stuff is highly recommended, and some of the stuff you just have to have. And so I'm going to go through, do an unboxing of all the stuff that I recently bought off Amazon so you guys can see, and a lot of that stuff I haven't looked at before, and I'll kind of run through it and some of the reasons why I bought some of these things. And we'll see once I put this stuff to the test, since I've never had an RV before. I know enough to be dangerous. Obviously, I did research, but I've never actually done it before. So this is going to be a learning experience. We're going to learn together and go along this journey together, and we'll see we'll see what happens. All right, so let's see what we got here. Some of this stuff came already open in the packaging. So I got, the first thing is water pressure regulator valve. So this is good when you are, because when you're at a campsite or certain sites, they don't necessarily regulate their water pressure, and you don't want to blow out your lines. So this is a good way to make sure that the pressure is appropriate for your water lines, and it'll regulate it so you're not getting too much pressure into your RV and blowing out your water lines, which would not be a fun thing to do. I'm sure it's most lines, I'm sure they regulate them, but you just never know. So just in case, this is one of the things that's a preventative measure. It's not that expensive. I think it was like $25 or something like that. So it wasn't too expensive. All right. The other thing that I got here is RV toilet treatment drops for your black tank. That's for where all your waste goes, your poopy and pee-pee. So these are good for, you need to drop those in so it helps break down your toilet paper and your waste so that it's not coming out in, it's not like gunking up all of your black tank and your sewer lines and all that stuff. So they recommend to put those in every so often. I'm not sure how, I think they last a long time. So I'll read the instructions and see how often I have to drop those in. But that was, I think that whole thing was like maybe $30 for those tablets. There is, how many tablets are in here? There's like 30 treatments. One drop treats 40 gallons. So all the instructions are on here. So, but that is 100% necessary. So make sure you guys are getting that. Along the same lines is toilet bowl cleaner. This is probably something that I could have did without, but I just want to help remove stains and stuff like that come up. And you got to be careful with what you put, obviously, in your toilet, because you got to make sure that it's works well with your tanks and doesn't destroy your sewer stuff. So I got this just in case we need to clean our toilet, which, I mean, obviously we're going to need to clean our toilet. So I want to make sure that I have the right stuff when it's time to do that. All right, what else we got here? Some of this stuff is not open. So I am going to open it up, see what is inside. It's like Christmas. All right, so we got the fuse assortment. So you're going to have a big fuse panel in your RV. You don't want to not have a fuse when you blow out a fuse, because stuff won't work. So it's always good to have a fuse kit. It comes with the fuse pooler and a bunch of different fuses. So another preventative measure. So if it happens, you're not having to run to the hardware store, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere. You know, some people will RV and camp in the middle of nowhere, and you don't have to drive an hour to the hardware store. That's just gonna be crazy. All right, what is this? All right, so this is my RV rubber seal conditioner for the slide outs. So you have, if your RV has slide outs, as you guys can see here, there's a rubber seal that prevents the rain from coming in. So you want to make sure to treat that because, as you know, rubber breaks down, and you don't want to not treat that, have it break down, have to fully replace it. So it just helps it. The life of it helps it stay flexible, bendy, so you don't get water in your RV. Because that's another no-no for RVs. You don't want to have water in there. All right, what else do we have in here? I got stuff all over the place because we are literally moving out in the next 2 weeks. So it's to the grind where I get rid of everything. Everything must go. All right, so this is along the same lines. This is RV Slide Out Lubricant. So this goes underneath. There's a slide out mechanism. So it looks like it's pretty much like WD-40. It just keeps the mechanism oiled because there's gears and stuff that when you push the button, it slides that out. So like anything, I'm sure it's smart to keep that stuff lubricated and oiled so it doesn't break down and it works and doesn't get all wonky. All right, what else do we have here? So, all right, we got our fresh water hose. So this hooks into the city water or your potable water tank to fill up the tank, or if you have a city water hookup, it'll just seamlessly keep that water flow through your RV. So it's always good to have heavy duty special water hose. Lost my words for that. You need it 100%. This is a mandatory thing that you need because you're going to need water no matter what. City water is nice because you don't have to worry about your potable tank filling that up. But if you're off grid, the potable tank you fill up before you go. Or maybe they'll have a filling station, you fill it up and it'll hold your water. So you have water to run your sinks and your toilets and stuff like that. And then once it runs out, you have to refill it. So the next thing I got is an RV TV wall mount. Now our RV came with the TV in the living room, but the bedroom does not have one. So I'm going to mount a TV in there. It already comes with a space to mount it. You just need the actual mount. What's different, this is not a normal TV mount. This thing has a locking mechanism. So when your TV is mounted on it, it doesn't fly around when you're driving, bounce around, bounce off the walls and stuff like that. So it's important to get an RV TV mount that has a locking mechanism on it. And I think this was only $30. So they're pretty cheap now. It's not like back in the day when they cost a fortune. Right. All right. The next thing there's nothing in this box because I already used it, but it's wheel stabilizers. So these go between your wheels. One wheel will be here, one wheel will be here, and then you have a little crank that widens this out. So these are similar to wheel chucks, but different. Same, different. So these basically just squeeze your wheels so they absolutely can't move. So they work. I think they work better than wheel chucks. They're obviously more secure, and they get tight. You don't have to worry about shoving your wheel chucks in your wheels. Both work, but I like these how secure they are. So I got this pack came with two. What was this? I think this was $50. I can't remember. Something like that. Wasn't crazy. The other thing that I got here is Hitch lubricant. I got this because when I was driving the trailer for the first time, I was making a lot of sounds because there's a lot of weight on this hitch ball. So I think it'll help it just move around in there. Obviously it's secure, it's clamped, but it'll help it move around, not grind so much on the hitch. So that's why I got this. I'm gonna try this out, see if that kind of helps that out a little bit. All right, what else do we got here? All right, so this is my wash mop. Because one thing, you got to keep your RV clean, especially if we're staying in an RV park that obviously is pretty high standards as far as cleanliness. Not to mention, you want to keep your RV clean anyways, just to keep the resale value up. So this is basically a mop that comes with an extension. The reason I got this is so when I get up on a ladder to do the roof, I can actually reach the whole roof. Now, I believe that you can, the RV is made where you can stand on the roof. I'm not like super pumped to stand on the roof and walk around on the roof. There's more chances to break something. There's a satellite up there, there's a solar panel up there, there's 2 AC units up there. So that's all I need to do is trip on something and break my neck or break the solar panel. So I don't want to have to do that. So I got this to help me not break anything. All right. This is, oh man, it's heavy duty. Holy smokes. All right, so this bad boy is your surge protector, and this thing is solid. One thing that's crazy is when you get an RV and it has that 50 amp hookup line, this thing is the most heavy duty power line you'll ever see. I mean, it's crazy. So this is always good to have. This is one of those things that it's optional, but you really should consider having it because you want to protect all the stuff that's in all of the electronics that are in your RV. And if there's a surge, there's like a lightning strike or something like that, something that's out of your control, and where you're staying doesn't have built-in surge protection, you're inside of your RV, all that stuff's going to be fried. So I got this because I'm not taking any chances. I want to make sure that my stuff is protected. So this is probably one of your bigger expenses. Some of these can be a couple $100. This one got really good reviews, and I think it was 80 or $90, but it got really good reviews. So I'm gonna try this out. It looks legit. It looks very heavy duty. Knocking stuff over. That's stuff everywhere. All right. Try not to cut my hand off. All right, so this is for your sewer hose. So how this works is your sewer hose sits on it. Hopefully you guys can see that. So your sewer hose sits on it, and it prevents it from just laying on the ground. So the reason that you'd want to do that is because if your sewer hose is on the ground, it'll wear out faster. You just want to keep it up off the ground. Not to mention it'll help with clogging. So I just thought that this was a good thing to buy. Something you could probably do without, but again, I want to make sure my bases are covered. I want to make sure my equipment's taken care of. And I may find that it's not completely necessary. I don't know, but it wasn't expensive. It was like maybe $30. What do we got here? This is another big guy. I think I know what this is. I think this is actually the sewer hose for all of your crap. Literally. Yeah, that's what this is. So this is the sewer hose. I'm not going to take the whole thing out of here. So this basically screws in under your RV to the black tank or gray tanks. And then the other end will screw into wherever you're dumping. Some campsites will have a sewer hookup, some won't at your campsite. So the ones that don't, you just have to, usually there is a dump site on the campsite somewhere. So you have to go there after you're done and just dump your black tank before you leave. And which is what I would recommend. I don't think you want to be driving around with your black tank full, not to mention it adds a bunch of extra weight. But some sites have it right there, and that's really nice. So just like you don't have to go and dump it after. So yeah, that's why I have that. It's necessary. My RV is pretty cool. It has in the bumper there's a little spot for the sewer line, so you don't have to put a shitty hose in your RV literally. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then speaking of that, I have. You guys are going to think I'm losing my mind with this. So we have Cat Genie. We bought this guy. So what's cool about this, this is real talk. I mean, I don't care. So if you use butt wipes for extra cleanliness, you can't use them in the RV. You can't flush them. But obviously, you can't if you can't go without them like me, because I'm obsessed with cleanliness. I got this. So what's nice about this is there's like a little pouch. You shove it in the top. This slides out and then slides back in and blocks all the smells. People use this for their cats, for as a litter box. And I know people that have this and said it works great. You literally can't smell anything, and then it seals the bag for you. And then when you're ready to empty it, the bag is already sealed. You open it up and just pull out the bag that's sealed and throw it away. So I thought this would be really cool as a solution, because I don't think there's any actual solutions for that. But I know other people are thinking the same thing, right? Other people use that stuff. I'm not the only one in the world, but I may be a genius for thinking of a solution like this. So maybe Cat Genie is going to make one. Oh, Jesus, so much dropped. He's going to make the same thing. We call it like RV Genie or something like that. I should probably trademark that. Be a millionaire. I think that is it. What else do we got here? Retractable. Oh, this is a retractable clothesline. So that's pretty cool. This is so you can put. It's like a clothesline that you can mount and hang stuff on. Let's see if I can take it out. So we may use this in the closet, and this thing comes out, and this line comes out and attaches to the other side to hang clothes on. So we have one closet that has a rod, and then we have another closet that is actually meant for, you can put storage in there, or you can even put a washer and dryer in there. We're not going to do a washer and dryer. I don't think that's necessary. So we're going to put this clothesline in there so that we have an extra line to hang stuff on. Because I thought that would be pretty cool. So I think that is it. Oh, this is actually the beard apron we got. So this hangs onto the clamps onto the mirror. I'm sure you guys have seen this. And then when you shave, all your stuff goes into this little apron. With the RV, space is tight, and I don't want to be shaving and getting my beard hair everywhere. Let's face it, my fiance is not going to like that. So I got this beard apron to make it clean up a lot easier and to keep everything happy in the RV, happy and clean. So that's it for all the stuff that I got now. I'm sure there'll be some other things. I still have to get toilet paper yet. I'm probably gonna get a water filter to hook in, just because I think that's good to have, just some extra filterage. Because I don't know. I mean, city water should be filtered, but if you even at home you have a water filter in your fridge, even if you're using city water usually. And then some campsites, their water may not be filtered as good as others. So I think a water filter is good. And from my understanding, it just hooks right into the hose. You hook the hose into the water filter, and you hook the water filter into your RV. I believe is how it works, or probably close enough. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It was exciting buying stuff. Not exciting spending money, because there's always a lot of added accessories and expenses. But this is the stuff that I think that we're going to need the most practical things that we're going to need. And then I'm sure down the road, we're going to need more stuff. And it's a learning experience. So I'll be back to share this stuff with you guys, because I know I'm not the only one trying to figure this stuff out and trying to make sure that I'm doing everything the right way. So that is it. That is my unboxing for all the RV stuff. So it's like RV Christmas around here. But I'll be back soon with another video for you guys. Have an awesome day.